My name is Amelia Adriana, Binti Amzari, and I will talk about introductions first. This project is about our understanding of application and disclosure of MFRS 108 changes in accounting policy, estimate and error, MFRS 110 event after reporting period, MFRS 116 property plant and equipment, and MFRS 136 impairment by Malaysian listed company. The company that we have chosen is MPHB Capital Berhad, Marco Holding, Metronic Global Berhad, United Plantation, and also adjacent Berhad. We also look into the company key audit matter for the better understanding of the financial statement. Next, the background of the company that we have chosen. Firstly, MPHB Capital Berhad. The MPHB Capital Berhad operate in credit, investment and insurance industry. The group's primary business include investment holding, general insurance underwriting, credit and leasing, hire purchase and general loan financing service, hospitality, real estate property holding, and also real estate investment. For Marco Holding Berhad, Marco Holding Berhad and its subsidiary mainly concentrate in Malaysia, with the group primary activities involving wholesale and distribution of timepieces, consumer electronic and also electronic goods, and electronic musical equipment. Next is Metronic Global Berhad. Metronic Global Berhad primarily focus on its building management and system operates, which include the software and hardware needed for the control and administration of an intelligent building, with features such as warmth, ventilations and air conditioner, lighting and fire and also security system. Next is United Plantation Berhad. United Plantation Berhad's main market is the growth of oil palm and coconut. The group is also involved in downstream activities like consumable oil extraction and production, and packaging of specialty fats made from certified sustainable palm oil, with a particular emphasis on superior quality and safety for food standards. Adjacent Berhad. Adjacent Berhad is generally an investment holding company, and the group's primary activity include construction, property development, general trade and sand mining, trading, and export of sand. Based on agreement established with principal in construction project, include the building residential and commercial properties such as land property, high-rise properties, transit hub, and infrastructure projects.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to my lecturer. My name is Noor, Khairin Adriana, Binti Muhammad Ali. My matric number is 284547. Today I will present about Disclosure 108, Accounting Policy, Changes in Accounting Estimates and Error. For Metronic Global Berhad, they error of prior period that appear during the year. The first one is the company had charged depreciation for investment properties which are measured at fair value model. Second, the company also had under or over charged depreciation for property, plant and equipment. In last financial year, the company had exchanged their collection from other receivables with investment in quoted shares. However, this transaction was not recorded in the financial statement. According to MFRS 108 accounting policies, changes in accounting estimates and error, the error must be corrected by restating each of the affected financial statement line items for the prior periods and restating the comparative amounts for the prior periods presented in which the error occurred. And they must correct a material prior period error retrospectively in the first financial statement. Next company is Marco Holdings Berhad. They have one changes in accounting estimates, which is when changes in useful life of depreciable assets. The company also has recognized an adjustment of carrying amount of the asset resulting from reassessing the expected future benefits and obligation associated with the asset. After that, the company also had changes in accounting policy when the subsequent costs are included in the assets, carrying amounts or recognized as separate assets. Besides that, there is an adjustment of the carrying amount of an asset resulting the expected future economic benefits associated with the asset. Thus, the company shall be recognized as prospectively. After that, for United Plantation Berhad, the company has the freehold land that has unlimited useful life and not depreciated by other property, plant and equipment are depreciated by equal annual installments over their estimated economic life based upon the original cost. Therefore, there was a change in accounting estimates. Thus, the company shall be recognized as prospectively by including it in income statement in the period of change or future periods. Besides that, for the company of Agasan Berhad, there was a changes in accounting policies, which is change in measurement of property from cost model to fair value model. The entity shall adjust the opening balance of each affected components of equity for the earliest prior period presented and the after comparative amounts disclosed for each period presented. Second, there was a changes in accounting policies on borrowing costs, where interest income is recognized as it accrues using the effective interest method in profit or loss, except for interest income arising from temporary investment of borrowings taken specifically for the purpose of obtaining a qualifying asset. And for the last company is MPHB Capital Berhad. There is no changes were made to the MFRS 108 accounting policies, changes in accounting estimates and errors during the years ended 31 December 2021. And that's all from me. I will pass this presentation to the next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nurfatin Fadhlian Binti Fauzi, metric number 289474. Will be presenting regarding disclosure of MFRS 110. The information of MFRS 110 can be found in the notes to the financial statement in the annual report of the company. It can be defined some events that are favorable and unfavorable that occurs between the end of the reporting period and the date when the financial statement are authorized for issue. There are two types of event, which is adjusting event and non-adjusting event. Based on our finding, most of the company disclose their event as non-adjusting event because the event arose after the end of the reporting period. The availability of information for MPHB Capital Berhad is 4, Macro Holding Berhad is 2, Metronic Global Berhad is 5, Edison Berhad is 5, and United Plantation Berhad is 2. For MPHB Capital Berhad, there is one adjusting event, which is disposal of an investment property. The impact of the event is required adjustment event by recognized as asset held for sales, and the other subsequent event was recorded as non-adjusting event. All the events are after reporting period, not affect the financial statement, and will be disclosed in the notes to the financial statement as at the end of the reporting period.
Hi, my name is Yong Ken, Noble Metric 2X7324. Now I will be present about the disclosure for MFRS 116 property, plant and equipment. First of all, the measurement base is stated by all of these 5 type company, which all of the item for property, plant and equipment are initially recording at cost. Subsequent to recognition, property, plant and equipment are stated at cost less any accumulated depreciation and accumulated impairment loss if any. Next, about the depreciation method, this also stated by all of the 5 company. All property, plant and equipment are depreciated on straight line basis by allocating their depreciation amount over their remaining useful life. However, when calculating the depreciation, the Action Berhad and Metronic Berhad will using the useful life. But for the MPHB Capital Berhad, Macro Berhad and United Plantation Berhad, they are using the depreciation rates in calculating the depreciation. Last one, for gross carrying amount and the accumulated depreciation at the beginning and end of the period, all these five companies has clearly stated and list out the carrying amount at the beginning and end of the period in their statement. The carrying amount is recorded less with accumulated depreciation. However, there is no any accumulated impairment loss in the current accounting period. Next, we are looking into the disclosure for MSI 136 impairment. The disclosure of impairment loss under MFRS 136 were discussed by all five companies. If there is any indication exists, the assets recovered amount is estimated and an impairment loss is recognized wherever the recovered amount is less than the carrying amount of the asset. The impairment loss is recognized in the profit or loss immediately. All reverse of an impairment loss are immediately recognized as income in the profit or loss, and the reverse is limited so that the carrying amount of the asset does not exceed its recovered amount of the carrying amount that would have been determined net of amortization or depreciation. As a result, there is no any impairment loss have been recognized in the current accounting year for all five companies, so that there is no any discussion about the disclosure for the impairment loss for these five companies.
Critical audit matter. Critical audit matter is defined as any matter arising from the audit of the financial statement that was communicated or required to be communicated to the audit committee and that relate to account or disclose that are material to the financial statement and involve especially challenging, subjective, or complex auditor judgment. All of the company will have their key audit matter in the financial statement report. For Angison Berhad, the recoverability of the receivable balance in the key audit matter is because of the inherent subjectivity and significance of the amount in making judgment in relation to credit risk exposure in determining the recoverability of the receivable balance. The revenue and cost of sale from construction contract are determined the stage of completion require the management to exercise significant judgment in estimating the cost to complete and contract profit. The impairment assessment of goodwill is focused on key audit matter because the process of determining whether the goodwill is impairment requires management estimation of the recoverable amount, which is determined based on an estimation of the present value of future cash flow expected to be generated. The key audit matter under MPHB Berhad is the valuation of insurance contract liability. It's because the complexity of the actuarial valuation methodology and other estimation model applied to derive the claim and premium liability that may give rise to estimation error as a result of inadequate or incomplete data. The design and application of the relevant valuation model and the use of inappropriate or outdated assumption. The key audit matter of under Metronic Global Berhad is the impairment of trade receivable. The impairment of trade receivable as a key audit matter because the company makes significant judgment over assumption about the risk of default and expected loss rate. The key audit matter of Macro Berhad is inventory. Inventory are valued at lower cost and net realizable value. There are no key audit matter in relation to the financial statement of the company. United Plantation Berhad did not list any type of key audit method, but they will fulfill the responsibility described in the auditor responsibility for the audit of the financial statement section of their report, including in relation to this matter. The common key audit matter disclosed in the five companies are addressed in the context of their audit of the financial statement as a whole and informing the opinion thereon, and they do not provide a separate opinion on this matter. They will perform based on their performance.
Next is financial analysis. Financial analysis will consist of profitability ratio, solvency ratio, and also liquidity ratio. This is liquidity ratio for MPHB Capital Berhad. This is profitability ratio for MPHB Capital Berhad. This is solvency ratio for MPHB Capital Berhad. This is liquidity ratio for Marco Holding Berhad. This is profitability ratio for Marco Holding Berhad. This is solvency ratio for Marco Holding Berhad. This is liquidity ratio for Medtronic Global Berhad. This is profitability ratio for Medtronic Global Berhad. This is solvency ratio for Medtronic Global Berhad. This is liquidity ratio for United Plantation Berhad. This is profitability ratio for United Plantation Berhad. This is solvency ratio for United Plantation Berhad. This is liquidity ratio for Agasan Berhad. This is profitability ratio for Agasan Berhad. This is solvency ratio for Agasan Berhad. That's all from me. Thank you.